Hello, I'm a psychiatrist and a neuroscientist, and in my videos I'm talking a lot about correlating the physical brain with its psychological mental phenomenology in order to make this link of revealing the causes, the etiology of mental disorders. It's like any other machine. The brain is the most complex one. It has emergent properties which seem to be very high level in the sense that they are sometimes called psych or mental, but they're actually emergent properties from a complex nonlinear system which when organized optimally generates what is called the whole is more than the sum of elements, and in this sense explains how neurons which do not have high mental function characteristics like personality, consciousness, and so on, can actually, when coming together, billions and billions of neurons, they do create these emergent properties. So the brain could be looked upon as a physical, it's like physics of complex systems. It's actually a physical system, it's a complex one. And in physics of complex systems, we see organizations and we see the dynamic of the organizations. Organization will be massive activations of neurons, and the dynamics is how it moves from one set of activations to another. So the physical brain can actually be described in a state space formulation. The state is the condition that the brain is at this instant. The activity is organizing the whole brain as a unit at this moment. Then there is another organization for the next moment, and so on and so on. So these are the states. The space are all the possible states that the system can assume, all the possible combinations of brain activations of neurons, and these are billions and billions, so the space of the brain would be enormous. Okay? Now, when the brain moves from one state to another, we have a stream of activations. Let's assume that each activation is either a thought or an experience or a conscious state. This is why we experience reality as moving in time as a series. So we move from one state to another and so on and so on. Each state is combined by multiple parallel processes which integrate into one global activity which spreads over the brain for that instant. And when that occurs, that's a whole brain organization, it generates the emergent property. So the emergent property has to have a whole brain organization for it to exist. And this is how the brain actually works. It organizes as a whole brain organization and then moves to another one and another one and another one and so on. So if you're a psychiatrist and you want to be the psychiatrist of the future, you actually want to be the one who will be joining those who will discover what's wrong with the patients. There is no running away from it. You will have to learn physics of complex systems. You'll have to understand what state space is, what is the whole brain dynamic organization, what are neural network dynamics, and also nonlinear dynamics, because all this system is actually functioning on an equilibrium between determinism and chaos, in the sense that randomness and determinism are playing a role in this flexible, highly complex dynamics. So, and this is based on nonlinear dynamics, meaning that you will not find a linear curve of input and output or effect and cause. So you actually, if you want to be the psychiatrist of the future, no running away from it. You'll have to know physics of complex systems. So if you want to hear more about it, and if you want to get an introduction to that, go to my website, Brain Profiler Online, or to my website, the YouTube neuroanalysis channel, and join us.